February 23, 1968. 4:17 a.m. Khe Sanh Combat Base, Quang Tri Province, South Vietnam. The air hangs thick with diesel fumes and the sharp tang of cordite. Sergeant First Class John Ellis crouches in a shallow trench, his M16 rifle gripped tight. He's got 12 men under his command, all that's left of Bravo Company after 3 weeks of hell. Across no man's land, just 200 yards away, North Vietnamese regulars mass in the tree line. Estimates put them at 500 strong, maybe more. They've got mortars zeroed in, AK-47s locked and loaded, and they're about to charge. Ellis knows it. The ground trembles from incoming rounds. In less than 1 minute, everything flips. The advantage switches sides and 19 lives hang on a single call. Ellis wipes sweat from his brow, not from heat, but from the weight of it all. His radio crackles faintly, headquarters barking orders to hold the line, but holding means dying. The base is a fortified hilltop, ringed by barbed wire and sandbags, but the enemy probes every night. Tonight feels different. Scouts reported movement at dusk, trucks rumbling down Route 9, troops spilling out like ants from a kicked hill. By midnight, probes turn to assaults. Now, at 4:17, the real push begins. A flare pops overhead, bathing the jungle in harsh white light. Shadows twist into shapes, helmets, rifles, bayonets. Ellis signals his squad, "Stay low, pick your shots." His heart pounds steady, not wild. He's seen worse. But as the first mortar whistles in, cratering the earth 20 feet away, he calculates. 12 against hundreds. Ammo low. Dawn's hours off. One wrong move and they're gone. Flashback 6 months. John Ellis, 28 years old, steps off a C-130 at Tan Son Nhut Air Base near Saigon. He's from a steel mill town in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh's outskirts, where the air always smells of slag and smoke. Grew up fixing engines with his dad, a Korean war vet who never talked about it. Ellis enlisted at 18, straight out of high school, not for glory, for the steady paycheck. By 65, he's in country, humping the boonies with the 1st Cavalry Division. First tour was patrols in the Central Highlands, mud up to your knees, leeches in your boots. He learns quick. Listen to the jungle. It tells you when death's coming. One night in the A Shao Valley, his platoon walks into an ambush. AK fire rakes the trail. 2 men drop before they hit dirt. Ellis grabs a wounded radio man, drags him behind a log. Enemy closes in, 10, maybe 15. He pops grenades, buys time. Medevac comes at dawn. 5 dead, but they hold. Ellis gets a Bronze Star. Doesn't mean much to him, just survival. Back stateside for a year, he trains green troops at Fort Benning, teaches them to move quiet. Shoot straight, but the pull's there. Wife leaves him, says the war's in his eyes now. He re-ups in 67, 2nd tour. This time, Marines at Khe Sanh. The base is a fire base turned siege outpost, surrounded by karst hills and triple canopy jungle. NVA wants it bad. Cut the road to the coast, isolate the north. Ellis arrives in August, assigned to the 26th Marines. Slender build, 5'10". Brown hair cropped short. Quiet guy, doesn't boast, men follow him anyway. He thinks ahead, sees angles others miss. By fall, the siege builds. Tet offensive hits in January. Khe Sanh's the anvil. 6-0-0 Marines against 20-0-0 NVA. B-52s pound the hills, but the enemy digs in. Trenches like spiderwebs under the earth. Ellis's unit, Bravo Company, rotates perimeter watch. Nights blur into days. Incoming rounds become routine. You eat, sleep, fight in foxholes. He loses his first man in October, a kid from Texas, caught by sniper fire while stringing wire. Ellis writes the letter home, keeps it short. Facts only. Winter hardens everything. Rain turns the base to slop. Supplies drop by chopper under fire. Ellis adapts. Rigs trip flares from old ammo crates. Teaches his squad to read enemy patterns. Probes at dusk, mortars at midnight, assaults before dawn. He's faced chaos before. In Ia Drang Valley, 65, his chopper takes RPG fire on approach, crashes hard. He pulls the pilot out. fights off a squad of VC hand-to-hand, knife work, close, blood on his hands, lives through it, gets a Purple Heart, scar runs down his left arm, jagged reminder. Now, February 68, the pressure mounts. Siege drags on. Morale frays. Men whisper about being forgotten. Ellis doesn't. He checks weapons, rations ammo, knows pressure reveals character. His comes steady. Platoon sergeant before, now leading what's left of Bravo. 12 men, mix of vets and cherries. Ramirez from LA, machine gunner, lost a brother last month. Kowalski, Polish kid, sharp with the radio. They trust Ellis. He doesn't promise wins, just says, "We fight smart." Tensions rise through January. NVA tests the lines daily. Small arms at first, then mortars. A barrage on the 15th craters the ammo dump, 20 tons gone. Ellis's squad digs new positions overnight. No sleep. By the 20th, probes turn serious. Enemy sappers breach wire twice. Hand grenades and bayonets. Ellis spots one in the dark, silhouette against stars, drops him with a burst, saves the bunker. Men clap his back. He nods, moves on. February opens brutal. Ground assault on the 7th. Bravo holds Hill 881. 50 NVA dead, 8 Marines. Ellis takes shrapnel in the leg, walks it off. Field dressing holds. He's been near death enough to know the edge. That calm under fire, it's earned. Not bravado. Calculation. In the A Shao again, last year his patrol hits a minefield. 2 blown apart. He leads the sweep, marks safe paths, gets them out. Command notes it. Cool head in crisis. Back to that night. 4:17 a.m., February 23rd. The flare fades. Darkness swallows the tree line. Ellis peers through his scope. Movement, lots. Radio hisses. All units. Inbound assault confirmed. Hold positions. His 12 men fan out. Hearts race, but hands steady. They've drilled this. Ellis has walked them through it 100 times. But numbers hit hard. 200 yards to cover. Enemy at 10-1 odds. Mortars incoming. Boom, boom. Dirt rains down. A scream from the next trench. Man down. He keys the radio. "Bravo, actual to HQ. We see 'em. Request air support." Static. Delay. Then negative. Assets tied up. Ellis curses under breath, thinks fast. Flanks exposed. If they charge, it's over. But something shifts. A low rumble, not mortars. Distant thunder. No. Jets. Phantom F4s, inbound low. Pilots risk it all in the dark. Ellis signals, "Hold fire, wait." The squad tenses. Enemy advances, silhouettes now, 150 yards out. Closer. 4:18 a.m. Seconds tick. The advantage teeters. Ellis knows. 1 minute and it all changes. John Ellis grips the edge of the trench, eyes locked on the tree line. The rumble grows louder, jets slicing the night sky. But his mind pulls back just for a second to how he got here. Not to dwell. To remember why he fights like this. 6 months earlier, August 1967. Tan Son Nhut Air Base, sweltering under the Saigon sun. Ellis steps down the ramp of the C-130, boots hitting red dirt. He's 27, fresh from stateside training. Backpack heavy with gear, M14 slung over his shoulder. The air hits him, humid, laced with jet fuel and distant rot from the paddies. Pennsylvania feels a world away. His hometown, a mill town outside Pittsburgh, where winters bite and summers steam. Dad worked the furnaces, came back from Korea with shrapnel in his knee, never spoke of it. Just fixed cars in the garage, taught Ellis to torque a bolt right. "Steady hands win," he'd say. Ellis enlisted at 18, no draft dodge, needed the cash, high school diploma, no college path, basic at Fort Dix, then infantry school. By 1965, he's in Vietnam with the 1st Cavalry. First tour, the Highlands, endless green, triple canopy blocking the sun, patrols through elephant grass, taller than a man. He learns the sounds quick. Birds go quiet, that's your warning. Jungle breathes, and sometimes it exhales death. One patrol, October 65, near Pleiku. His platoon humps a ridge trail, no contact for days. Then it snaps, AK fire from the left flank. Short bursts, precise. Bullets snap overhead, chew bark from trees. Ellis dives into a ditch, mud filling his mouth. Two guys ahead go down, screaming. Chest hits, legs shredded. He rolls left, spots the enemy, a dozen VC in black pajamas weaving through brush. Radio man's hit bad, antenna snapped. Ellis grabs him by the collar, drags him 50 yards to cover, backfires, enemy closes. Grenades arc in, blast dirt 10 feet away. He fires from the hip, M14 barking. Drops one, maybe two. Squad rallies behind him. They call in arty, 105s from a firebase, 2 clicks out. Shells whistle in, crater the slope. VC scatters. Medevac birds come at dusk, rotors thumping low. 5 dead on their side, 8 enemy counted. Ellis spends the night bandaging wounds, sharing smokes. No medals yet, just the nod from the lieutenant. You kept it together. He rotates home in 66. Fort Benning, Georgia. Training new blood. Shows them how to low crawl without snagging, how to clear a room blind. But the letters from home pile up. Wife says the distance changed him, eyes too far away. Divorce papers arrive clean. He signs, folds them away, re-enlists in 67. Why? The pull, unfinished. Back to Nam, this time with the 26th Marines at Khe Sanh. August heat, base already buzzing. Hilltop outpost, wire and bunkers ringing red clay. NVA shadows the hills, probing like wolves. Ellis fits in quiet. 5:10, lean from rucksack marches. Brown hair buzzed short, jaw set. Doesn't drink much, reads field manuals by flashlight. Men gravitate. Ramirez, the gunner from LA, calls him Sarge, with respect. Kowalski jokes he's a machine. Ellis just plans. Sees the board before the game. Siege starts slow. Fall rains turn paths to rivers. Supplies choppered in. Boxes tumbling under fire. NVA digs tunnels. Pops up like ghosts. First, real test. October skirmish on the perimeter. Night watch. Ellis's squadman's a listening post 300 yards out. Whispers in the dark. Vietnamese, close. Sappers cut wire, rush with satchel charges. Explosions rock the line. Ellis spots the lead man, silhouette against wire, fires once, headshot. Squad unloads, clatter of M16s, screams. They repel it but lose a kid from Ohio. 19, first tour. Ellis pulls his body back, covers him with a poncho, writes the family next day. He fought hard. Winter bites deeper. December probes turn to barrages. Mortars walk the base, 82mm rounds, cratering revetments. Ellis's unit rotates to Hill 861. One night, 2 a.m., incoming rains down. Bunkers shake. He grabs the radio, calls corrections to counter battery fire. Adjust 200 left, fire for effect. Shells from the base outbound, red tracers arcing. Hits their tubes, silence after. Men breathe out. He checks ammo, resets tripwires. No panic, just next step. January 68, Tet explodes. Whole country lights up. Khe Sanh's the focus. 6, Zulu Marines dug in. 20, Zulu's NVA circling. B-52 strikes flatten the hills. Thousands of pounds of bombs, earth jumping miles away. But enemy holds. Trenches snake under the jungle. Ellis's Bravo company pulls double shifts. Perimeter's a 360-degree kill zone. He teaches the cherries, breathe slow, finger off trigger till you see eyes. Pressure builds. February 7th assault. Dawn grey, fog thick. NVA charges Hill 881. Human waves. AKs chatter. RPGs streak. Bravo's trench line buckles. Ellis mans the 50 cal. Barrels overheating. Sweeps left, right. Bodies pile. Shrapnel peppers his leg. Hot sting. He ignores it, ties a rag tight. Counts. 50 enemy down, 8 Marines gone, including Ramirez's loader. Blood everywhere. Ellis pulls the gunner out, slaps his helmet. Keep firing. They hold till relief comes at noon. Doc digs metal from his thigh later. Walks it off next day. He's been close before. Ia Drang, 65, Valley of Death. Chopper inbound. RPG nails the tail boom. Bird spins, crashes in a rice paddy. Fuel leaks, fire licks. Ellis kicks the door, hauls the pilot clear. VC swarm, 10 strong. He fights with entrenching tool, swings like an axe. Cuts one down, takes a graze on the arm, squad links up, extracts them. Purple Heart pinned quiet. Scar itches in the rain now. Back to the trench line. February 23rd, 4:18 a.m. Jets scream closer, afterburners roaring. Enemy pushes, 100 yards out now. Shadows resolve into men, rifles glinting. Ellis's squad opens up controlled bursts. M16s crack, tracers zip. One Marine drops, hit in the shoulder, rolls back. Man down! Kowalski yells. Ellis covers him, drags by the web gear. Mortars bracket closer, earth fountains. Radio crackles. Air support, 2 minutes out. He knows the edge. Decisions like this, hold or shift, define it. Squads down to 11, ammo at half. Enemy closes to 75 yards. Faces visible under helmets. Bayonets fixed. Ellis spots the officer waving them on. Thinks not today, signals flankers. Suppress left. Gunner lays down fire, belt feeding hot. Bodies fall, but more come. 4:19 a.m. The jets dive. F-4 Phantoms black against stars. Bombs away. The world ignites, the night splits open. F-4 Phantoms streak low over the tree line, engines howling like banshees. Bombs tumble free. 500-pounders, fuses armed. They arc toward the enemy mass, 100 yards out from Ellis's trench. The lead jet pulls up sharp, afterburner flaring orange. Secondary explosions chain off, napalm canisters rupture, fireballs blooming in the dark. Ellis ducks low, hands over ears. The blast wave hits first, a wall of heat and pressure slamming the line. Ground heaves, dirt pelting like hail. Then the roar swallows everything. Trees snap, trunks shattering 200 yards away. Screams cut through. Vietnamese voices roar with shock. The NVA charge breaks. Men scatter, some engulfed in flames, others clawing back toward the jungle. Bodies twist in the firelight, helmets melting, rifles dropped. His squad freezes for a beat, eyes wide. Kowalski grips the radio, knuckles white. "Incomings off the air," he mutters. Ellis rises slow, scans the chaos. The tree lines are inferno now, orange tongues licking high. Silhouettes flee, 50, 60 down in the first pass. But not all. Pockets reform, 50 yards out, hugging craters. AK fire sputters back, wild sprays chewing sandbags. "Suppress them," Ellis calls, voice steady over the crackle. His M16 snaps twice, hits a runner in the leg, drops him rolling. The gunner swings the M60, tracers stitching the ground. Brass casings pile at his feet, hot in the mud. Mortars from the enemy side go silent, tubes twisted, crews vaporized. But RPGs streak out, one grazing a bunker roof, sparking off steel. 4:19 and 30 seconds. Jets circle tight, wings banking. Second run inbound. Ellis keys the radio. "HQ, this is Bravo Actual. Airstrike on target, confirm kills." Static, then a voice. "Roger, keep heads down." He doesn't need to say it. His men hunker, faces smeared black. One kid, fresh from the States, breathes fast, chest heaving. Ellis locks eyes. "Breathe out. We got this." The Phantoms dive again, steeper. Whistles build. Cluster bombs this time. Bomblets scattering like deadly rain. They detonate mid-air, shrapnel ripping through the assault wave. Limbs fly, earth fountains everywhere. The smell hits. Burned flesh, cordite thick. NVA survivors break hard. No order left. An officer waves a pistol, urging them on. Ellis sights him, squeezes. The man crumples, arm flailing. 50 yards closes to 30. Desperate now. A sapper bolts forward. Satchel charge, swinging. Ellis's flank man nails him, burst to the chest, charge tumbling harmless. It rolls short, explodes harmless in a ditch. Dirt rains, but the line holds. 11 men left, ammo dipping low. Kowalski shouts, "They're peeling off!" Ellis sees it. The mass fractures, hundreds turning tail, dragging wounded. The charge fails in under a minute, but it's not clean. Stragglers dig in, pockets of resistance. One bunker across the wire lights up, machine gun nest, 12, 7mm spitting lead. Rounds punch through sandbags, whine off helmets. Ellis shifts left, signals 2 men. Flank it, grenades. They low crawl, bellies in mud. First frag arcs perfect, blast rocks the nest, smoke billows. Second follows, silencing it. 3 NVA spill out, hands up. No time for prisoners. Bursts end it quick. 4:20 a.m. Dawn hints grey on the horizon, but the fight drags. Jets make a third pass, strafe with cannons, 20mm rounds chewing the retreat. Ellis wipes blood from a cut on his cheek, not his. From the kid next to him, shoulder wound seeping. "Pressure here," he says, binding it tight. The squad regroups, breaths ragged. Bodies litter no man's land. Enemy dead, stacked like cordwood, uniforms charred. Marines count, 1 more down, leg blown off by shrapnel. 10 now, radio crackles urgent. "Bravo, report." Ellis, "Assault repelled, enemy withdrawing, casualties light." "Light? 1 dead, 3 wounded. But against 500, it's a miracle." He scans the line, barbed wire tangled with gear, craters smoking. The base stirs. Other units linking up. Mortars from HQ outbound, pounding the tree line to dust. Ellis has been here before, the raw edge where plans shatter. Like that night in the A Shao, summer 67. His patrol, 12 strong, pushes a ravine. Range sheets down, vision nil. Booby trap snaps, a tripwire to a claymore. Shreds the point man, guts out. Panic ripples. Ellis takes lead, voice low. "Freeze, mark it." He probes with a bayonet, finds the pattern, mines every 10 yards. VC ambush closes, shadows in the downpour. He calls Artie blind, risks it. Shells walk in close, too close. 1 airburst overhead, frag peppers the squad. 2 more down, screaming. Ellis grabs the saw gunner, feeds the belt himself, lays cover fire, muzzle flashlighting ghosts. Enemy hits back, RPG sails past, blasts a tree. He drags a wounded corpsman 100 yards uphill, through thorns that rip skin. Links with a reaction force at first light. 6 saved, but 4 gone. Command logs it. Leadership under extreme duress. Or the firebase siege, November 67. Hill 861. Night assault. NVA sappers tunnel under wire, pop up inside. Grenades in the CP. Officer killed instant. Chaos. Men firing blind. Friendly rounds crossing. Ellis barricades a door, holds with 5. Bayonets clash in the dark, steel on steel, grunts close. He takes a slash across the ribs, shallow but burning, stabs back, feels the give, clears the bunker room by room. Dawn breaks, enemy pulls out, 20 dead inside the wire. He gets stitches, back on post next shift. These moments stack, build the man. Ellis doesn't chase kills. He reads the flow, when to push, when to yield ground. In Ia Drang, that chopper crash, wreckage smokes, VC circles. He spots the pilot's leg pinned, fuel pooling. Yanks rebar free, hauls him 200 yards to a tree line. Fights off 3 with the pilot's sidearm, empty after 2 shots. Knife finishes the last, throat cut quick. Scar from that graze pulls tight now as he watches the enemy melt away. Back in the trench. 4:21 a.m. Silence creeps in, broken by moans. Wounded call from both sides. Ellis stands, rifle loose, scans the dead zone. 200 yards clear, bodies twisted, the advantage flipped. Jets peel off north, fuel low. His squad slumps, spent. Kowalski passes canteens. "We did it, Sarge." Ellis nods once, checks the wounded, tallies ammo. 1 minute changed it all. But war doesn't end clean. Snipers might linger, probes at dawn. He knows. Rigs a flare, lights the perimeter. Men settle, eyes heavy. The base hums alive. Choppers inbound soon, medivacs first. Ellis thinks on it. Pressure like this strips everything bare, reveals what holds. For him, it's the steady beat. Fight smart or don't fight at all. The grey light strengthens. Khe Sanh breathes. For now. Dawn creeps over the hills, turning the sky a bruised purple. 4:22 a.m., February 23, 1968. Khe Sanh combat base stirs under the haze of smoke. Sergeant John Ellis stands in the trench, rifle slung low. His 10 men lean against sandbags, faces streaked with grime and sweat. The air reeks of burned fuel and charred wood. Bodies lie scattered across the wire. North Vietnamese regulars, twisted in death. At least 70 counted so far, maybe 100. The assault wave shattered in that 1 minute of jets and bombs. But the night isn't done. Ellis scans the perimeter. Silence hangs heavy, broken by distant pops. Snipers? Or just echoes? He signals Kowalski. Radio check, link up with Alpha. The kid nods, twists the dial. Static hisses, then voices overlap. Other units reporting in. Contact broken. Wounded inbound. Relief washes through, but Ellis keeps it tight. He's seen lulls turn deadly. One wrong breath and it flips back. His mind ticks to the cost. The kid with the shoulder wound, Jenkins from Ohio, sits propped up, bandaged dark with blood. Ellis kneels, checks the dressing. Hang in there, bird's coming. Jenkins grins weak. Felt that bomb in my teeth, Sarge. Laughter ripples, thin but real. Across the line a groan rises. Enemy wounded crawling slow. Ramirez eyes them, finger itching. Ellis shakes his head. Let 'em. Medics later. Mercy in war? Rare. But he picks his fights. Choppers thump in from the east. Hueys, low and fast. Rotors beat the air, kicking dust devils across the base. First wave, medevacs. Red crosses stark on doors. They skim the tree line, avoiding the last RPG threats. Ellis waves his wounded forward. 3 stretchers, hasty litters from ponchos and poles. Jenkins goes first, thumbs up as they hoist him. The bird lifts, nose down, vanishing into grey. Down to 9 now, 1 dead back in the hole. Shrapnel took him clean through the neck. Ellis notes it mental. Report later. The base commander, Colonel David Lowndes, patches through on the radio. Voice gravel from no sleep. Bravo, actual, this is 6, sitrep. Ellis keys it calm. Assault repelled, sir. Enemy withdrew after air. Casualties 1 KIA, 3 WIA. Estimate 70 plus NVA down. Pause. Then, good work, Ellis. Hold the line. Reinforcements at 0600. Click. No fanfare, just facts. But the men hear it. Kowalski slaps his back. Heard that? We held. Ellis doesn't dwell. He moves, checks the 50 cal, barrel warped from heat but functional. Ammo crates low, belts frayed, orders a sweep. 2 men out to the wire, cut the dead from tangles. Bodies snag like driftwood, rifles clutched, packs burst. 1 face up, young eyes open blank. Ellis turns away, seen too many. Counts gear, 20 AKs. Mortar tubes bent. Intel gold. He bags a map case soaked in blood. Routes marked, more assaults planned. Tension shifts not gone. At 4:35 a flare pops from the hills. False or probe. Squad snaps alert, rifles up. Ellis peers through binoculars. Movement flickers. Scouts pulling back wounded. No charge, just watching. He calls it in. Artie responds quick. 105s from the base guns. Shells arcing high. Whistles build. Impacts bloom-orange. Dirt jumps 300 yards out. Silence after. Message sent. Back in the trench, men share smokes. Quiet talk starts. How the jets came just right. 1 minute earlier, we're meat, Ramirez says, lighting up. Ellis nods. He knows timing's everything. Thinks to that Ashau night, 67, patrol pinned, rain blind, radio dead, Artie delayed. He held with 6, buying minutes till dawn. 3 made it. Lessons stack, wait smart, act sharp. Dawn hits full at 5:15. Sun cuts the mist, lights the carnage. No man's land a graveyard, craters pocked, wire shredded. Bodies everywhere, flies already buzzing. Corpsmen move out, tags and body bags. Ellis joins, helps haul. Heavy work, mud-sucking boots. 1 NVA officer, gold stars on collar. Suicide charge type. Ellis pockets the insignia, proof for brass. By 5:30, reinforcements hump in. Fresh platoon from the rear, eyes wide at the mess. They take over watch. Ellis's squad rotates back to the CP tent, canvas sagging under rain scars. Coffee brews hot, first in days. He sits, cleans his M16, bolt slides smooth, chamber gleams. Kowalski hands a mug. "You called it, Sarge?" "That radio push." Ellis sips black. "Luck and jets." Word spreads fast. Marines from other companies nod as they pass. "Heard Bravo stop the big one." Whispers build. By noon, a major stops by. "Ellis, you and your boys bought us the morning." Silver Star papers start that day, witnessed by pilots, logged in reports. 19 lives. The dead Marine, the wounded pulled through. But hundreds enemy denied the base. Siege cracks a bit. Ellis doesn't chase praise. Writes the KIA letter, short, true. Died holding the line. Folds it for mail call. Thinks on the flip, 12-10, but they stood. War's math, odds beaten by will. He's faced the break before, Iadran crash, fighting from smoke. Or the firebase breach, bayonet in hand. Each time the switch came on a call. Hold, fight, survive. Afternoon brings B-52s again. Distant rumbles, flattening hills. NVA pulls back, trucks fleeing Route 9. Khe Sanh holds. Ellis stands watch, sun hot on scars. The advantage stuck, for now. But he knows war grinds. Probes tomorrow, assaults next week. Pressure reveals. His stays steady. Men follow, that's the edge. The sun climbs higher over Khe Sanh, baking the red clay into a hard crust by midday on February 23, 1968. Sergeant John Ellis wipes his face with a sleeve, the fabric stiff from dried sweat and blood. His squad, now 8 strong after the medevac, huddles in the command post tent, canvas walls sagging under fresh shrapnel scars. The air inside hangs heavy with cigarette smoke and the faint metallic tang of spilled blood cleaned with rags. Outside, the base pulses back to life. Engineers shout as they patch wire. Corpsmen haul body bags in a steady line, and diesel engines rumble from supply trucks rolling in under Marine escort. Ellis stands at the tent flap, watching the cleanup. No man's land stretches like a scarred battlefield, craters smoking faintly under the heat. Bodies pile in rows, North Vietnamese dead, stripped of weapons and tagged for intel. 78 confirmed kills from the assault, scouts report later, with twice that wounded or scattered. The jets' work plus the squad's fire broke the wave cold. Bravo Company's line, held with 1 KIA and 3 wounded. Jenkins makes it to the hospital ship off Dong Ha, the others patched and back by evening. Light losses, they call it. But Ellis sees the faces. The dead Marine from Texas, neck wound fatal before dawn. He folds the letter again, seals it. Facts only, no words for the whole. Men from Alpha Company filter over, boots crunching gravel. They slap shoulders, share canteens. "Heard you flip the script out there," one says, a corporal with a bandaged hand. "Those phantoms came in hot, right on your call." Ellis nods once, no smile. "Timing," he says. They talk low about the pilots. 2 F-4 crews from the 366th Tactical Fighter Wing, risking low-level runs in blackout conditions. One jet takes flak on the pull-up, limps back to Da Nang with holes in the wing. Air medal incoming for them, word spreads. The base commander pins it informal that afternoon. Ribbons on fatigues, handshakes quick. By 1400 hours, the brass arrives. A jeep kicks dust up the main track, Colonel Lowndes in the front seat, Major beside him with a clipboard. They pull up to the CP, faces lined from the siege. Lowndes steps out, eyes on Ellis. "Sergeant, walk me." They pace the perimeter, past fresh-dug graves and stacked ammo crates. Lowndes points to the craters. "Your report checks. That minute saved the hill." Ellis keeps it straight. Positions held, air coordinated, enemy routed, no embellish. The colonel stops at the wire, scans the tree line. Quiet now, smoke curling from B-52 strikes miles out. "Silver Star for you," and the squad gets mentions. Papers go up today. The men hear it inside the tent. Kowalski whoops low, passes a smoke. Ramirez grins, stubs out his own. Told you, Sarge, that radio push. Ellis waves it off, but they know. Recognition hits different here. Not parades, just extra rations and a nod from the top. The major logs it. Sergeant Ellis demonstrated exceptional leadership under fire, coordinating air support that repelled a superior force, preserving the defensive integrity of the base. Typed clean, forwarded to Quang Tri. By week's end, it reaches Pentagon desks. But for Ellis, it's the living count. 8 men back on post, weapons cleaned, ready for the next probe. Afternoon drags into evening. Supplies drop from a resupply bird. Crates of sea rations, fresh ammo belts, cases of beer tucked in. The squad eats cold ham slices, passes the cans. Talk turns to home. Pittsburgh Mills for Ellis, LA streets for Ramirez. Laughter cuts the tension. Short bursts, but eyes flick to the hills. NVA trucks spotted fleeing south on Route 9 per recon flights. The assault's failure stings them. 20. Udro zero strong around the base, but this push cost heavy. Siege drags, but the crack shows. Marines hold, B-52s keep pounding. Khe Sanh stands. Ellis steps out as dusk falls, 1800 hours. The sky bleeds orange over the karst peaks, flares popping early tonight. He checks the line, adjusts a tripwire. His leg aches from the old shrapnel, scar pulling tight. Thinks back, not to dwell, but to measure. That minute at 4:19, jets diving, bombs away, the world flipping. He's called shots like it before. A Shao ravine, rain-lashed, holding 6 against ambush till Artie walked in. Or the firebase breach, bayonets in the dark, clearing sappers room by room. Each time the edge came on steady hands. No heroes, just the next move. Night settles cool. Stars punch through the haze, no moon yet. The squadman's posts, shadows in the bunkers. Radio hums quiet. Patrols report no contact. Ellis sits with his back to a sandbag, M16 across knees. Kowalski joins, radio at his feet. Think they'll come again? Ellis looks out. They will, we hold. Simple, no more. The story of Khe Sanh fades into the larger grind. Siege lifts in April after 77 days. Ellis rotates out in July. Silver Star pinned stateside. He goes home to Pennsylvania, takes a mill job. Quiet life, scars hidden under shirts. Men like him don't boast. But the war reveals it plain. In the crush, when seconds decide, courage isn't flash. It's the calm that turns the tide. 1 minute proves it, and in war, that's all you get.